Did you know there's a place on Earth where it hasn't rained for over 2 million years? Or that there's a spot where two continents actually touch? Stay tuned, because today, we're exploring 50 of the most fun and surprising geography facts that you probably never knew. Let's dive right in. Fact 1. First up, did you know that Canada has the longest coastline of any country in the world? Stretching over 202,000 kilometers, it would take you over 4 years to walk along it, if you walked non-stop. Fact 2. And speaking of extremes, let's head to Antarctica. This icy continent holds 70% of the world's fresh water, but paradoxically, it's also the largest desert on Earth. That's right. A desert isn't just about sand, it's about the lack of precipitation, and Antarctica is the driest place you can find. Fact 3. Here's a mind-bending one. Mount Everest isn't technically the tallest mountain on Earth. That title goes to Mauna Kea in Hawaii if you measure from its base underwater to its peak. It's over 10,000 meters tall. Fact 4. Ever wondered why Greenland is icy and Iceland is green? The Vikings gave these misleading names to confuse rival explorers. Greenland's mostly covered in ice, while Iceland has lush green landscapes in summer. Fact 5. Here's a cool one. Russia spans across 11 time zones. That means when it's breakfast time in Moscow, it's already time for bed in Vladivostok. Fact 6. In Libya, there's a place called the Sahara Desert, where no rain has fallen for the last 2 million years. Scientists believe it's the driest place on Earth, beating out even the Atacama Desert. Fact 7. Did you know there's a point on Earth where two continents are actually touching? Istanbul, Turkey, is where Europe meets Asia, and you can literally cross continents in just a few minutes by boat. Fact 8. And how about this? Brazil is home to 60% of the Amazon rainforest, which produces about 20% of the world's oxygen. But did you know there's a river underneath the Amazon River that flows at almost the same length? It's called the Rio Hamza. Fact 9. In the United States, the state of Maine is the closest point to Africa. It's closer to Africa than Florida. Fact 10. Let's head over to the Philippines, where Camaguin Island has more volcanoes than towns. With 7 volcanoes and only 5 towns, it's a hotspot for volcanic activity, literally. Fact 11. Australia is wider than the moon. The moon's diameter is about 3,400 kilometers, while Australia stretches over 4,000 kilometers from coast to coast. Fact 12. There's a place in Norway called Hell, and guess what? It freezes over every winter. Fact 13. China has only one time zone despite its size. This means that in the far west, sunrise can be as late as 10 a.m. Fact 14. In Japan, there's a train station called Seikan Tunnel that travels underwater for over 23 kilometers. Fact 15. San Marino is the world's oldest republic, founded in 301 AD. It's entirely surrounded by Italy. Fact 16. The Dead Sea is so salty that you can float on its surface without even trying. Fact 17. New Zealand is home to more sheep than people there are, about 6 sheep per person. Fact 18. In Venice, Italy, the city streets are made of water. The canals serve as the main roads, and boats are the primary mode of transportation. Fact 19. Did you know the Pacific Ocean is so vast that it could hold every continent and still have room to spare? Fact 20. Africa's Lake Victoria is the largest tropical lake in the world, and it's as big as the country of Ireland. Fact 21. There's a city in Turkey called Cappadocia, known for its underground cities and rock formations that look like something from another planet. Fact 22. Lake Hillier in Australia is bubblegum pink. Its unique color comes from the algae and bacteria that thrive in its salty waters. Fact 23. In Bolivia, there's a flat salt desert called Salar de Uyuni. After a rain, it becomes the world's largest mirror. Fact 24. Africa's Nile River is the longest river in the world, flowing over 6,650 kilometers through 11 countries. Fact 25. In Alaska, there's a town where it's dark for 67 days straight each winter. Fact 26. Madagascar is home to plants and animals that can't be found anywhere else on Earth. Around 90% of its wildlife is unique. Fact 27. The Danube River flows through 10 countries, more than any other river in the world. Fact 28. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, covering just 44 hectares. Fact 29. Iceland has no mosquitoes. It's too cold for them to survive. Fact 30. In New York City, it's illegal to honk your horn unless it's an emergency. Fact 31. Ever heard of a triple border point? You can stand in 3 countries at once in places like Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina. Fact 32. Mount Fuji in Japan is actually an active volcano. Fact 33. The Amazon River once flowed in the opposite direction, towards the Pacific Ocean. Fact 34. Africa's Sahara Desert is expanding, growing about half a mile each month. Fact 35. Monaco is so small that you could walk across it in less than an hour. Fact 36. Alaska has more coastline than all other US states combined. Fact 37. Africa is the only continent that stretches from the northern to the southern temperate zones. Fact 38. Singapore is an island city-state. But did you know it imports almost all of its drinking water? Fact 39. France covers the most time zones in the world, 12 in total, due to its overseas territories. Fact 40. In Norway, the sun doesn't set for 76 days during summer in the Arctic Circle. Fact 41. South Africa has 3 capital cities, Pretoria, Cape Town, and Bloemfontein, each serving a different branch of government. Fact 42. Ever heard of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch? It's a massive collection of ocean plastic in the Pacific Ocean, covering an area twice the size of Texas. Fact 43. Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country in the world. It's so vast that it could fit the entire western part of Europe inside it. Fact 44. The Atacama Desert in Chile is the driest, non-polar desert in the world, with some weather stations never recording rain. Fact 45. In the city of Dubai, they have an artificial island called the Palm Jumeirah. It's shaped like a palm tree and can be seen from space. Fact 46. Lake Baikal in Russia is the deepest freshwater lake on the planet. It's over 1,600 meters deep and holds 20% of the world's unfrozen freshwater. Fact 47. In Gibraltar, there's a colony of wild monkeys, the Barbary macaques. They're the only wild monkeys in Europe. Fact 48. Chile stretches over 4,300 kilometers from north to south, but at its widest point, it's only 350 kilometers across. Fact 49. The Dead Sea is also the lowest point on land, sitting about 430 meters below sea level. Fact 50. In Finland, there are so many lakes that it's called the land of 1,000 lakes. In reality, there are over 187,000 lakes across the country. Thanks for sticking around for these amazing geography facts. Which one blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mind-blowing facts every week. See you in the next video.